But here's Biden yesterday lashing out at Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott over the decision to reopen businesses and roll back the statewide mask mandate. And again, you probably don't know this because the media yesterday didn't share this very often. Texas simply joined 15 other states in not having a mask mandate. This is not just a Texas issue, despite Biden's attempt to make you think differently.
I think it's a big mistake. Look, I hope everybody's realized by now, these masks make a difference. We are on the cusp of being able to fundamentally change the nature of this disease because of the way in which we're able to get vaccines in people's arms. We've been able to move that all the way up to the end of May to have enough for every American, to get every adult American to get a shot. And the last thing we need is the neanderthal thinking that in the meantime everything's fine, take off your mask, forget it. It still matters.
Neanderthal thinking. Democrats never learn, do they? This is the deplorables comment. This is the basket of deplorables. You know, grabbing our guns and clinging to our Bible. Deplorables. Now Neanderthals. You want to hear the list? You think it's just Texas? Alaska, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee. Those are the other 15 states that do not have any face mask orders in place. So Texas isn't the first. Certainly not the only. And again, President Biden is asking if there's soup on the menu today. Hello, Frank.
Yeah, Mike, if there's any doubt in your Christian mind that Kamala and every demon rat in office is not in goose step, lockstep, with your previous statement, if this COVID is all it's cracked up to be, mind you, 72% of the American public does not buy anything that's coming off the flat screen or any of the so-called government release numbers. That is a recent fact. But if it is, and these illegal aliens are coming up positive with this deadly COVID-19, that is an act of biological warfare. And that party should be held accountable. We have treason. We have a Manchurian candidate in office. We have a puppet. He's not even a Manchurian candidate.
Well, I mean, when he sits there and says to Nancy Pelosi, I'll answer questions now if that's what you want me to do, Nance. Is that what you want me to do? This is a president of the United States. Can you imagine President Trump saying to anyone, is that what you want me to do? Do I need to answer questions now if that's what you want me to do? And then they cut the feed. I mean, this is not just hyperbole. This isn't just hype. Here's Tucker Carlson last night, cut 5, observing the lack of a Biden solo press conference, and the reason we haven't seen President Biden at the presidential podium taking questions from reporters by now, when every other president has done so within a couple of weeks of their inauguration, but not Joe Biden. Tucker Carlson says he knows why.
We're in reporter mode tonight. Here with some key stats on your government. Here they are. 42 days into the administration and still no solo press conference from Joe Biden. That is the longest stretch of silence from any new president in at least a century. So by refusing to speak directly to the media, Joe Biden is attacking our most cherished democratic norms. Even CNN is complaining about it. And we would echo those complaints if we really cared. But honestly, we're just as happy that Joe Biden remains in seclusion. Imagine a full press conference from Joe Biden. An endless hour of blank spots and mumbling and his wife interjecting with the right answer. How depressing would that be? It's one thing to know your country's being led by a guy in cognitive decline. It's another thing to see it, and we don't want to see it. And what would reporters ask anyway? We got a taste the other day when one shouted this as Biden shuffled by. What did you learn from your classified briefing on border security? That was the question. Joe Biden's answer? A lot. That was it.
And then he shuffled away. I mean, Tucker is right. I saw that clip. And then he just sort of ambled away with that tentative gait that, seniors have, that elderly people have. It's a guy with the nuclear codes. Meanwhile, migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border Tuesday were photographed wearing T-shirts in support of Biden. This was at the San Ysidro crossing in Tijuana. One apparent migrant held up a poster that said, "Biden, please let us in."